Afternoon or nighttime sessions followed by morning sessions are the toughest, purely because, there's less recovery. And so for this session, there's 8 hours less recovery, so 8 hours sooner than normal between sessions. So naturally, it's going to be tougher. And today, I was aiming for 5 sets of 20 on bench again, but I failed basically on the last rep. I thought I'd stopped at 18, but counting it back over on the video, it looks like I stopped at 19, which is kind of annoying because maybe I could have pushed another one out. But from going, easily smashing 5 sets of 20 yesterday to struggling with the last rep or struggling with the last set, really, just goes to show that, 24 hours is pretty good for me. When you start going a little bit lower than that, then you start to get into trouble with recovery. So it's nice to know, where the limits are or what's going on. In yesterday's session, the 5 sets of 20, I tried to really speed through it. I tried to really speed through it. And that speed, that power is something that, I don't know, I feel like you can get a lot of value out of the same way depending on how you move it. So if you do your 20 rep set, tempo and calm without exhausting too much, as in only give the bar what it needs rather than trying to accelerate it, you last longer. Yesterday, the first couple of sets, I was really trying to beat at it, just smash it. And so maybe that also had an impact, I'm not sure. Regardless of what it is, I know that 2 plates is going to be plenty heavy for quite some time. Even when you get to 30 repetitions, it's a long way away to get to 40 repetitions and so on and so on. I just feel like, there's no need to go beyond that. There's so much good work to be done with 2 plates. I really think this is a weight for life type thing, Yeah, sure, the maxes and all that, they're great to kind of test and whatnot, but I really think, at least with the bench press sake, I'm almost 100% certain of this, is that's where the magic is. For me, for my body weight, for the size of me, 2 plates is excellent, which is basically my body weight. Do that for sets of 20 is unbelievable right now. Hopefully, I can get 160 on the bench eventually. But there's just no negatives to it. I feel great. The shoulders, wrists, elbows, everything feels great on me. I'm adding size, and the weight is not light enough, or I should say, the weight is heavy enough to provide some sort of proximity to the upper echelon of the weights. So when I put on 3 plates, it feels okay. It doesn't frighten me. I can do 150, 160. I tried the other day, I couldn't get it, but I feel like when I get to 30 reps with 100 kilos, I'm going to have that muscular development in order for me to do it. And so, you can have some days like this where you are limited by your recovery. You can have other days that you just attack the weight and try to accelerate the hell out of it. This is the thing. A lot of people used to say, and I barely understood it back then, but you could have the same weight on the bar and have different intentions. Speed, right? The conjugate method, the speed, or the dynamic day. They would literally put 70% on the bar. A lot of times they would put 50% on the bar and then some band tension, and they would try to accelerate it. Really try to accelerate the hell out of it. That's that power training. Moving with power is teaches you different stuff, right? It teaches different quality of the muscle, different muscle fibers and whatnot. And so once again, you can do a lot with the same weight. And I think now that I've completely emancipated myself from this idea of, oh my God, I need to add weight to the bar, I'm completely divorced from that idea. I've kind of seen the other side of it. I'm like, man, it's not about the weight. It's about so many other things. And first of all, it's about how you feel underneath it. I'm not achy at all. That is a special time for me. After all these years of training, I'm not sore. I'm not achy anywhere. Soreness is a word I like to use for muscles. Achiness is that joint discomfort that the hip used to trouble me. And I don't have that anymore. And so once you've had a stomach full of that crap, you start to really appreciate its absence. And doing sets of 20 is bloody beautiful, man. And I understand you 100% if you feel like, oh, I don't know, man, I do want to get stronger, and this is not really going to get there. I understand your concern, but at least in my experience, you should not be concerned, because that is not what I'm feeling. I'm actually getting stronger. And hopefully, as time passes, hopefully I can display that to myself and also to other people that are interested, that you don't need to be dying under singles, doubles, and triples day in, day out to see progress. I don't know how many times I've seen people in the gym who are purely strength orientated, and they look like they don't even lift, man. Skinny arms, skinny everything, skinny quads, everything, skinny guy, man. And he's telling me about, 3 sets of 3. Dude, get the hell away from me, man. What are you doing, dude? Just start doing 10s and 15s and 20s and 30s. You need some freaking tissue, dude. But there's this huge divorce in the community. All bodybuilders in one corner, and then, got the powerlifters in the other corner. That's cool, man. But both of these genres have the same currency, and that's muscle mass. Dude, you need to understand, if you get bigger muscles, you will be stronger. All things equal, yeah, sure, you can have a day or two in the week where you are practicing your beloved lifts with 95% weights or whatever the hell you want to do. But the bottom line is, the bigger dude will most likely win. Most likely win if that dude also practices his lifts. Now, this practicing does not have to be a single or a double or triple. I'm kind of showing you that you can do 20s and also have, the same carryover. And so I don't see, from my vantage point, at least here, what the negative is. I don't understand what the negative is. The only negative that I see is that doing sets of 20 is freaking hard work, And so if you're not mentally strong enough to do this stuff, then I understand why you're doing singles, doubles, and triples, because that shit is over very quickly. But at least for me, dude, there's nothing more difficult than doing a set of 20 on squats. Like, not what I've done today, but like proper. When I'm pushing my squats, a set of 20, dude, that is anxiety. I'd rather a 210 kilo single any day of the week over a 20 set of squat. So I understand why a lot of people run away from it, because it's damn terrifying to do this stuff all the time. But I feel like that's where the reward is. And so, especially if you're beginning, if you're at the start of the journey, if you're squatting, whatever, your body weight only at this stage of your lifting career, dude, don't worry about any of that crap, man. Even if you have to do an empty barbell, do it for sets of 20 and 30. Feel the muscles working. Feel the pump. Feel that tension. Be under tension for a long period of time, and you'll be all right. Appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.